Have you ever caught yourself speaking to a friend, offering advice or comfort, and realized that the same kindness never quite reaches your own ears? Why is it that we often hold ourselves to a harsher standard, expecting perfection while overlooking our own humanity? The person we listen to the most is our innermost voice, and how often does that voice resonate with warmth and understanding rather than criticism and doubt? Consider for a moment the story of a young woman named Elara. She was a seeker of knowledge, fascinated by the way the Stoics of old crafted wisdom from the rough clay of daily life. Her days were structured around learning and betterment, yet, ironically, this pursuit often left her feeling more lost and critical of herself than ever. Elara was diligent. Every sunrise saw her practicing the Stoic exercises, journaling, meditating on her thoughts and actions. But for all her effort, she found herself growing increasingly exhausted, a weariness that seeped into her bones and made her question her own worth. She would replay her mistakes until they became a symphony of self-reproach, each note a reminder of what she perceived as failure. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Elara stumbled across an old text, an essay from Epictetus, that sage slave-turned-philosopher, whose words seemed to leap from the page, demanding reflection. What matters is not what happens to you, but how you react to it. A whisper of realization brushed against Elara's consciousness. She was reacting as though she was her own harshest critic, not her strongest ally. Her inner dialogue was less a compassionate guide and more a relentless schoolmaster, ever critical, never satisfied. So began her journey inward, a quest not for external achievements, but for harmony with her own voice. She imagined the inner discourse as a dialogue with a lifelong companion. How would she speak to this person if she truly wanted the best for them? Each morning, instead of scanning her reflection for flaws, Elara began with the simple, earnest inquiry, "What kindness do I owe myself today?" This was not a retreat into complacency, but an acknowledgement that growth required a foundation of respect and understanding. It marked a turning point, a shift from excess judgment to measured encouragement. Her practice evolved. When a mistake was made, instead of spiraling into a cycle of blame, she paused. She dissected the event with a cool precision, separating the act from her identity, learning from the stumble without letting it define her journey. She became the coach, not the judge, objective yet nurturing. At night, under the silent gaze of the stars, Elara would end her day with a question that Epictetus might have posed. Have I harmed my soul today, or have I kept it aligned with virtue? This nightly ritual became a balm, a way to remain true to herself, even amidst the noise of daily existence. The fatigue that once threatened to swallow her whole became a teacher as well, revealing truths hidden beneath layers of expectation. Exhaustion was no longer an enemy, but a signal, a dappled light cast on the importance of balance and rest, the Stoic reminder of nature's own cycles. Through this process, Elara forged an unwavering loyalty to herself during her low moments, building an inner sanctuary, immune to the tempestuous whims of circumstance. It was not a blind optimism, but a disciplined aspiration towards a standard rooted in the respect for her own journey. Her transformation resonated through her life, subtly at first, but with increasing clarity. Friends noted the change in her demeanor, not as a shift in personality, but a deepening of presence, a groundedness that pervaded her interactions. She was no longer the Elara who dissected her identity with every misstep, but had become someone who curated her life with intention and care. In Elara's journey, one finds an echo of Stoic principles, a realignment with the core tenets that philosophers like Seneca illuminates. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. The stories we tell ourselves, the voices we amplify, shape the contours of our reality. So, how do we stop negotiating with our weaknesses and instead build standards we truly live by? The answer rests in the quiet power of self-dialogue. Begin by speaking to yourself not with the laxity of an indulgent friend, but with the balance of a guide who wishes you to achieve your greatest potential. Reflect for a moment on your inner narrative today. Were your thoughts companions on your journey, or were they weights pulling you into the depths? Did you criticize at the first sign of faltering, or did you encourage perseverance and direction? Remember, as Marcus Aurelius suggested, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. As our journey with Elara concludes, we return to you, the observer, the thinker. Perhaps the one who once believed in starting over tomorrow. What is it you hear when the world falls silent? Does your inner voice resonate with the clarity of someone who wishes better for you? As you drift into contemplation tonight, consider posing that nightly question Elara embraced. Did I treat myself today as someone whose future I am responsible for protecting? Allow the echoes of that answer to guide you, reforming the landscape of your inner dialogue into one that nurtures growth over condemnation, resilience over doubt. With each breath, you are the writer of your own saga, the senator crafting legislation over the republic of your life. Your words become the laws you live by. And in the end, the story that resonates with you is not one of endless critique, but of purposeful conversation, guided by virtue, dignity, and a profound respect for the self. In this way, we do not merely speak to ourselves, we speak to who we are becoming, to the future we are crafting with every thought. We talk not with empty affirmations, but by building bridges of intention, guiding our journey towards the best we can be. Can you hear it? The quiet whisper of betterment gently unfolding its wings within you. If today's reflection stirred something within you, let it beckon you towards a softer, yet more steadfast dialogue with yourself. Tell me in the comments, have you spoken to yourself today like someone you are nurturing for a greater journey ahead?